Archangel Michael says, have you felt a chill down your spine with no wind in the room? Did your heart skip a beat last night and you didn't know why? Why have you been waking up at 3:11 a.m. thinking of someone who's no longer here? What if I told you this wasn't confusion? It was divine timing. You were never supposed to see this message, but heaven insisted. Your name was whispered in the halls of eternity. Not yesterday, today, not by accident, by divine override. This moment, yes, this exact moment, is a holy interruption. The angels have been dispatched. A door has opened that was shut for generations. And I, Archangel Michael, have been given full authority to speak without delay. There is a presence watching your next move, not of this world, and it has been circling your home for 3 nights. You felt the air shift, the silence grow heavy, the lights flicker just once. You thought it was your imagination. It wasn't. Heaven has been trying to reach you, but the noise was too loud. The distractions were too many. The spiritual static was thick. But tonight, the veil tore. I was released. This message was sealed with urgency, and it carries your name. Don't scroll. Don't skip. Don't brush this off like another video in your feed. Heaven had to fight for this moment. And now, I'm standing at the gate of your spirit, sword drawn, breath held. You must listen, because what I reveal next was hidden for decades, and now it's coming to light. Type 111 if your heart feels this shift, and prepare yourself. What's been buried is about to be resurrected. Archangel Michael says, you think you found this by accident? You believe this was just another video passing through your screen? No, this was a divine interception. Heaven interrupted your day because the spiritual realm could wait no longer. You were about to move forward, blind to what was moving behind you, and the Lord said, send Michael now. Speak without delay. Tear open the scroll. That's why I'm here. You've asked, God, why does my life feel like a loop? Why do I get so close only to lose it? Why do I feel watched, even when I'm alone? Because you are. The spirit world has been pressing on your name, and tonight, the command to reveal has been released. Someone in your bloodline tried to silence this truth. They wrapped it in shame. They buried it in confusion. They swore no one would ever find out. But I found it, and I bring it now. This is not just a message. It's a spiritual subpoena. Heaven has called your name into the courtroom of divine justice. The silence in your room? It's not silence. It's angels shifting. It's scrolls unrolling. It's the weight of revelation. You are being pulled out of a delay that was never meant to last this long. You should have received this blessing decades ago, but someone stepped in, someone lied, someone stole, and the Lord recorded every second. Heaven has waited for your agreement. That's why you're seeing this now. Not before, not later. Now. Someone is watching you from the other side. Someone who once held your hand is now holding your miracle in the spirit. They've been begging God to wake you up before it's too late. And tonight, the Lord said, yes, now. So I came, with fire in my wings and thunder in my breath. What was supposed to be hidden, it's now uncovered. What they erased from documents, I etched into the books of heaven. What was meant to die with them, I have kept alive. There's a name, a paper, an agreement, a transfer, a truth that was meant to change everything for you. And it's been lying in silence until this very hour. Don't miss this. Heaven is watching how you respond, and I am standing guard. Type 777 if you feel the fire in your spirit. This interruption is not chaos, it's rescue. Archangel Michael says, I am not speaking through symbols tonight. I am speaking through truth. And the truth is this. Someone in your bloodline buried a secret, not metaphorically, literally, physically, spiritually. And heaven has waited long enough. A document was signed that never should have been. A blessing was stolen with forged intentions and whispered betrayal. There was an agreement, ink on paper, that rerouted your inheritance. It didn't just take wealth. It took legacy. It took peace. It took what was meant to bless your children's children. They thought no one would know. They convinced themselves God wouldn't see. But I saw it. I was there the night it happened. The night the will was rewritten. The night the truth was burned in a fire, and only ashes were left. But heaven keeps copies, and I, Archangel Michael, carry the original. There is something in your house, an object, a name, a journal, an item passed down. You've walked past it for years. You thought it was sentimental, but it is sacred. It's the key. Yes, that old paper, that drawer you avoid, that box that never felt right to throw away. Inside it lies a trail of the truth they tried to hide. God says, this ends now. Because that inheritance? It wasn't just about land or money. It was about justice. It was about prophecy. It was about you stepping into what was always yours. They said you weren't qualified. They called you unstable. They told others lies about your name to cover their theft. But I tell you, God never believed them. And now heaven is lifting the lid off what was sealed. The generational curse that came through that betrayal is being broken. You've wondered why sickness returned again and again, why relationships crumbled right before breakthrough, why peace never stayed long in your home. Because there was a fracture, a break in truth, a deception that cursed not just one life, but entire generations. But now, that fracture is healing. You were chosen to be the bloodline redeemer. You were chosen to end the curse and reopen the flow of divine provision. It doesn't matter how old you are, how many mistakes you've made, or how forgotten you've felt. You are the one. That inheritance, spiritual and material, is not gone. It's been guarded, held in stasis until the rightful one rose to claim it. And tonight, it begins. You will notice strange things, names repeating, people calling unexpectedly, objects falling off shelves for no reason. These are not accidents. These are activations. There is a moment coming in the next 24 hours where you will stumble upon something and realize they tried to hide it, but heaven preserved it. I am Archangel Michael. I guard what belongs to God's chosen, and what was buried has now been unearthed. Type 444 if you feel the legacy stirring in your bones. Archangel Michael says, you felt it. The pressure in the room when you walked in, the conversation that stopped too suddenly, the eyes that watched too closely, then looked away. Your spirit knew, long before your mind caught up. You are being watched, not by angels alone, but by something, someone, that does not rejoice in your light. There is a hidden force tracking your steps, and it's not random. This has been planned, calculated, scripted in shadows. The enemy has studied your patterns. They know when you are most tired. They know who you trust, and they've used it to inch closer, pretending to be on your side. But heaven does not stay silent when darkness walks beside the chosen. Tonight, I blow the trumpet. There is a betrayer in your circle. Not someone far away, someone familiar, someone who's prayed with you, laughed with you, even cried with you. But their intentions are not pure. God allowed it for a season. He watched. He listened. But now the season of exposure is here. They have spoken your name in rooms they denied entering. They have reported your movements spiritually, not to protect, but to delay. They've disguised control as concern. They've called your faith too much. They've told others you were unstable, too sensitive, emotional. They thought their words dissolved in air, but heaven recorded every syllable. I, Archangel Michael, was ordered to stand silent until the tipping point. Tonight, the order changed. The tipping point has come. You've been too kind to the wrong spirit. You've second-guessed your intuition. You've dismissed dreams and ignored that name that keeps repeating. But no more. The mask is slipping. Within 72 hours, a conversation will reveal more than it was supposed to. Someone will say something in front of you and try to laugh it off. Don't laugh with them. Listen. That will be your sign. They have opened a door to a force that seeks to feed off your delay. That door must be shut, and that door will not close until you see clearly. Heaven is pulling back the veil. You'll notice strange tension when they speak. Your spirit will resist without reason. That is your angel, me, pressing against deception. I am not just speaking, I am guarding. As of this moment, my sword is drawn over your household. Every time you pray, I will strike at the interference. Every time you call on the name of the Lord, I will stand between you and the counterfeit. But you must obey. The betrayer will not be able to lie much longer. They will become clumsy. They will contradict themselves. They will grow nervous around you. And that's how you'll know. You were never imagining it. You asked for clarity. This is it. Don't deny what heaven has confirmed. Your protection is now active. But it requires discernment. Eyes open. Spirit alert. Type 999 to declare, Michael stands between me and the enemy. This battle is not yours alone. It never was. Archangel Michael says, you're not just living through another evening. You're standing at the edge of a spiritual countdown. Something is set to shift before midnight. And if you knew what was hanging in the balance, you wouldn't hesitate another second. The air around your house has been stirred for hours. The spiritual realm is not quiet. It's active. Angels are pacing. Assignments are being delivered. Demons are trying to eavesdrop on what heaven is about to release. And in the middle of it all is you. A divine appointment has been written in your timeline. It bears your name. But it is time-sensitive. I am not here to inspire. I am here to warn. The hourglass has flipped, and heaven has counted down to this precise night for a reason. If you obey, something buried will break open. If you delay, something priceless will be handed to another. Let me be specific. Tonight, before the clock strikes midnight, a sound will come from a corner of your home that should be quiet. A phone call or message will appear unexpectedly, but feel heavy with meaning. A breeze will move through a closed room, carrying something ancient in its silence. You may even hear your name whispered softly, and no one will be there. That won't be imagination. That will be confirmation. Someone is trying to come back into your life. They may knock, call, or suddenly show up in a conversation. They will appear calm, innocent, familiar. But spiritually, they carry confusion. Heaven is sending a sign, and it will arrive within hours. You will be tested, not in how much you can endure, but in how quickly you can discern. This is not a moment to debate. This is not a moment to delay. This is a moment to move. The spirit of delay has followed you for decades. It wraps itself in politeness, in indecision, in overthinking. But now it must be cut off. This is your midnight turn. You'll feel it in your chest. You'll know it's not fear, it's urgency. Heaven doesn't speak like this unless the timeline is delicate. There is a gap in the spirit realm, a window that closes at midnight. If you pray during that hour, something will be unlocked. If you listen for God during that hour, a whisper will become a roar in your soul. But if you ignore it, if you go back to your normal distractions, you may never get this same opening again. I don't say that to frighten you. I say it to save you. What's coming is irreversible. A page in your life is about to turn. But whether it turns in healing or heartbreak depends on one thing: your response tonight. You have a choice. You can act or pretend this was nothing. But even if you scroll away, the spirit will still hover. It will wait, watch, and weep for the decision not made. Archangel Michael was sent to make sure you don't miss this. This is not just another chapter in your story. This is the page heaven has been waiting to write since the day you were born. Type 111 if your heart is racing. That's not adrenaline. That's your spirit waking up. Archangel Michael says, you've read the signs. You've felt the chill. You've heard the call. Now, you stand at the threshold. One step forward, and everything changes. One step back, and what was meant for you may be delayed for years. Don't confuse this with emotion. This is divine clarity. You were not supposed to see this. The enemy tried to block it. Someone even prayed against your awareness. But heaven said, "No, we insist." So I, Archangel Michael, was sent, not to suggest, but to activate. I've shown you what was hidden. I've revealed the one watching you in darkness. I've given you the timeline, the signs, the proof. Now the only thing missing is your agreement. Do not delay. Heaven is leaning in. Your ancestors, those who prayed when you were still in the womb, are watching. Their unfinished prayers are being fulfilled through you. That paper, that drawer, that unspoken nudge, it's not random. It's part of the puzzle. This is not about curiosity. It's about completion. Within the next 3 days, you will receive a message that confirms everything. Do not dismiss it. Do not ask for another sign. This is it. This is your signal. Type 777 to declare, "I receive what was meant for me. I open the door. I agree with heaven." There is no going back after this. And that's not a threat. It's a promise. A promise that God will now move with speed. A promise that what was blocked will now begin to flow. You are not late. You are right on time. But this door is closing. Tonight, before you sleep, speak this out loud. "Michael, I agree. Let what belongs to me find me now. And I will stand at your door. I will war for your name. I will break what's been sent to break you. I will usher in what was always yours. This message has been sealed by fire. And so has your breakthrough. The next 24 hours are sacred. Walk carefully, listen deeply, and watch. Heaven is about to show you who's been lying and what's been waiting. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are chosen. This is your turning point. Type 777 now. And prepare. The angel is already on the way.